I got it out in D80, I'm D87.
So what was the mix of your classmates? What were they like?
We were, we had, basically, it was pretty, still uniformly, mostly white, and male-dominant class. I couldn't tell you what the percentages are, but we had a fair amount of women in our class, but it definitely was, I would say maybe 30, 30%, 40% might have been women. My class was much bigger. I think we had 150 in my class, somewhere around there. Might have been even 175. We had a fair amount from California, from around, but it was mostly concentrated out of New England. New York, a lot of kids from Long Island, New York. Fair amount from the the Massachusetts area. We had, then there was the international class that came in in my second year, that there was always an international class. Most of them were Asian. A lot of them they were all dentists already in their respective countries, and they came over here to get their degree here so they could practice here. Some were even already specialists. There was a gentleman that sat behind me who was already an orthodontist in China, came over here, and he had to redo get his degree here in order to practice here. Didn't have to redo the orthodontic part, but had to redo the DMD part. Mm-hmm. But it was, but my daughter's first year now here, and the whole class is so much different, so much more international now. But we hadn't gotten at that stage yet.
Right.
We had, my patients came from all over, but I would say the driving force of people down here is because they sought, inexpensive dental health care. So they wanted to get their teeth fixed, whatever, but they had to deal with going through a student. But I had fortunately experienced that when I got patients, they're happy to allow me to learn with them, and you ended up having confidence with them, and and they became friends. It was really kind of, when I took my NERBs, you have to have these patients come in and sit for you. And, when I asked these patients, would you sit, they were just thrilled that they were going to help me get my license, And, it was really wonderful to get that kind of a relationship. But I found that, all walks of life. I had a guy that was he was a car parking attendant in the combat zone when it was really the combat zone across the street there. This guy, he didn't have too many teeth, but he wanted to keep them and whatnot. And it was really funny how he asked to take me out to dinner, I'm telling you, our walks of life were very, very different. And what he thought was normal, what I thought was normal, was very different. But it was really, it was flattering that he would consider me his friend. I felt that we had a good enough relationship that he felt that I cared for him, and that's, I think, what's important in dentistry in general, is that when you have a patient-doctor relationship, it should be one that your patient knows that you care for them, rather than we're making money today.